Welcome to the Adventures of Adam. I'm Adam, let's adventure. Today we're going to be doing a few things, and to be clear, just a reminder, this is the Rares Only Plus challenge, and the parameters of that challenge are that we are not using any limited time fusions, only permanent accessible champions who are free and permanently available to all players. So while this current fusion is not within the parameters of my challenge, High Mother Maud is. So I am motivated to acquire fusions for Ostrid, so that I can hopefully convert them into fragments for High Mother Maud. So far, I got much further into the champion chase than I thought I would have, and in fact, I'm actually going to be able to pick up all 15 fragments. I've already got the legendary book, and I'm only like 41 points away from here, which I'll probably get just by farming campaign and getting those 3 stars from campaign, and the 2 stars as well. And if not, I've got plenty of mystery shards. So we'll get that done today passively. I was streaming the Fire Knight tournament on Thursday, but I stopped the stream early because I was having some internet troubles. But after I stopped streaming, I actually managed to finish the Fire Knight tournament and pick up these by using the energy I had in my inbox here. So that energy is gone. So today I'm going to be working on the champion training tournament, which I am almost at the Void Shard. So like 400 points shy here, and I'd like to pick up this legendary book. I happened to get a legendary book from Clan Boss last night, plus the legendary book I got from the champion chase. Puts me to 19 total, and then this book would put me to 20. And I believe, if I recall correctly, actually let me double check. For Drexlar Blood Twin, who we will get in about 27 days, he takes 3, 8, 11. And then the next legendary I get will be Yakarl the Scourge, who takes 12, I think. 4, 4, and 4, so 12. So that's 23. So I'm only 3 books shy, after I get the one from the champion training, of booking both fully. And then about a month or so later, I'll get Seal of the Drakes from logins. Because I did the math, and I will be getting Yakarl the Scourge on the exact same day that I get Lordly Legionary. So, and then I think Syl also takes 12 or 11, I forget. So 2 plus 5 is 7, 11. So it's going to be a toss-up on who I book first, Syl or Yakarl. It's going to be something I'll have to figure out when I get there. But that's enough jibber-jabber. Let me pop in Arena real quick and do these matches. I also 6-starred Soulbond Bowyer, and man, that A2 cracks. Usually hits for about 40,000 damage, which might not sound like a lot, but for my account it is. She is the hardest hitting champion. Watch Aethel's damage, like 7,000, so that's like 20,000 damage compared to the 51,000. So because of Soulbond Bowyer, I'm actually able to take out some one-man defenses that I wasn't able to take out previously. I've actually been managing to hit much higher power one-man teams than I would normally be able to. So we're going to do Soulbond against this Death Knight, and then let's do my tanky Clan Boss team against this Rhonda and the Kale. And then my leftover crap with their leftover crap. Whew! I'm in the zone now. Man, been having some internet service provider issues the last couple weeks. So hopefully I've set up the appointment to get to upgrade my internet service provider. I don't know why. I need to set up her AI. She almost seems like she wants to refuse to ever do anything other than A1 if there are multiple enemies alive. Which is kind of annoying. Because I wish she would have just done that to begin with. Because like I was doing a spider run to see if I could auto spider 15 now that she's 6-star, and I can. But she was like refusing to use anything other than her A1 because she wanted to AoE against all the spiderlings. So I had to do a manual setup. It's kind of annoying. But now that I got her AI set up properly, it should be a breeze. And Frozen Banshee never wants to use her poison sensitivity in PvP. It's really annoying too. I'm going to have to do like a bunch more AI setups to get everything working the way it needs to be. I just haven't done it yet. I'll go ahead and refresh. Why not? Alright, we'll come back to this later. Let's jump into champ training. So these are actually chickens. I'm going to sacrifice these ones to a few that I've already ranked up to level 30. So when I'm doing champion training, to maximize the amount of points per energy that I gain, when I'm about to use champions as 3-star chickens, I run them through 12-6 twice. It'll give me 30 points for the first run, and then 24 points on the second run. So I get an extra 54 points for 16 energy. It's extremely efficient. Okay, if you do it on 12-3, they won't get to level 10, and you'll only get 18 points for the second run. So make sure if you're doing this, you're doing it on 12-6. So here they are. Okay, now I'm going to do that a couple more times. The other ones that are currently ready. I think these guys are safe chickens. I'm pretty sure I don't need them. Actually, I'll have to double check on those ones. I do know these ones are safe chickens. Right now, both of my vaults are full and in complete disarray at the moment. I need to organize them, but I can't because I don't have space to move the stuff that doesn't belong in the vaults into my primary inventory. So it's just a total mess. So after a little bit of champ training, after sacrificing some chickens, I can start moving them over and out. Let me refresh this real quick. If you guys are chatting, I can't see your comments. It's suspiciously quiet. Oh, did I do 2 runs? I think I did, right? Yeah, they're level 10. Okay. Actually, I want to start moving some of this junk that doesn't belong in my vault out. Okay, so I can use Ordinator as a... Okay, we're going to save him for Faction Guardians. Where'd he go? Did it? Oh, no, here he is. Okay. But I want my Faction Guardians to go in this vault. Okay, let's update that real quick. Oh, I already got 10 out of 10. I guess I don't need him. Okay, he can be a chicken then. Nice. Okay, pull him back out of the vault. Alright, and then I'm going to hold on to one just in case I need him for something. I don't really like him. I don't think he's that good of a bomb champion, but if I'm in a really tight spot and I need one, I'm going to hang on to the other one just in case. She is a faction guardian. She needs to go back in here. I could use these as books for when I'm ready to build my first Marquess. I don't know. I have a lot of organizing to do. I'll do that at a later time. And I'm overflowed on energy because I got 500 energy as a login reward today. So I want to burn this through quick. Okay, we got one more. Okay. So let's do another batch of chickens. I know for sure I don't need these guys. Okay. I don't. It didn't look like my my chat was working, but it is. I see it now. I guess you guys are just being shy today. That's all right. I don't mind. Hey, there they. Okay, I was worried that my chat wasn't working. Thank you for letting me know, Sakib. I appreciate it. I was getting worried. Don't feel obligated to chat if you don't feel like it. It's totally fine. Oh, okay, well, welcome. I just wasn't sure if my chat wasn't working on my end because I couldn't see. Hey, Metak, what's up? A 6-star soul for Ashwalker. Nice, man. He's actually a decent rare nuker. Speaking of decent rares, what a segue. Something awkward happened. And I'm not sure what to do about it. I think she's out here. I think I might have put her in my vaults. I pulled Coldheart. And I pulled her before I actually 6-starred my Soul Bond, which gave me pause, because I wasn't sure if I should go through with 6-starring Soul Bond or not, or if I should just jump the gun on Coldheart. And my initial gut instinct, ooh, HP percentage with speed and the accuracy set. Don't mind if I do. My initial instinct was to go with Coldheart, but then I thought about it for a moment. And as great as Coldheart is, an area I need help in the most right now is... Oh, I have so many 2-stars, I didn't even realize these were in here. Yikes. Oh man, I did a lot of stupid stuff. Ugh, I wasted so many resources because I didn't know those guys were in there. I forgot about them. I don't normally put chickens in my vault, but I was doing the mystery shard event. So I needed space. Okay. I'm gonna do some with the 4-stars, if you want to rank them up for extra points. I like to do 3 runs with the 4-star chickens. And since you're doing 3 runs, it doesn't matter if you do 12-3 or 12-6. You get the same amount of points either way. So you may as well do 12-3 on the 4-stars. So you can get a little bit more silver for selling the shields. This Warden actually got a huge buff with the with the buff to Faultless Defense Blessing, because he does increased defense and reflect damage. So if you take Faultless Defense Blessing on him, when you get attacked by the Fire Knight, it will take 10 charges off the Fire Knight shield. That's kind of crazy. And he's a good affinity for stage 20, which is a little overkill for stage 20. Because knocking 10 charges... Maybe he needs to be... ascended for the increased defense to go out. I'll look at his scale. I'm going to do one more run to crank out some more points. On my first account, Warden was the first epic I pulled. Actually, that's not true. Seer was the first epic I pulled, and I thought she was trash since she removes the buffs from my team. So when I read her, I thought she was garbage. So I used her as a 4-star chicken to rank up my Kale from 4-star to 5-star. Yeah. I think Warden was actually the first epic I actually built on that account. Okay, so let's look at him real quick. I'm pretty sure that's how he works. He might need to be awakened in order to put... Oh, it's not on the same skill. So he would have to take 2 turns before the Fire Knight goes to increase defense and then reflect damage. And then the Fire Knight would attack and it would knock 10 charges off his shield, which on stage 20, that's the entire shield. So that's kind of crazy. So we'll do... Unlock, 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 and then a chicken. Wow, that just gave us a ton of points. I wasn't in 4th place before, I don't think. Oh, I'm in 5th. I don't know where I'm in 4th at then. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any trouble getting that legendary book today. I could crack this shroud right now and finish the... What's it called? The, Summon Rush. But I'm just going to be patient, because I know I'm going to be summoning champions as I farm campaign. Yeah, it is pretty overkill. But if you're trying to do, like, hard mode, you know, like, if you have all that plus a counterattack buff with, like you know, like a Valkyrie, Martyr, or Skull Crusher, to instantly knock off 10 charges and then start counterattacking, you can probably get the shield down. And then you just need freeze champions to keep it down. So, yeah. Man, those loud cracks you're hearing is my chair. I hate this chair so much. It's my new chair that I got from my new PC, which arrives on Monday. I was looking at the shipping, like you can track the shipping order. And right now, it's in Kansas, and I live in Missouri, so it's only 1 state over, so it should be here on Monday. I'm so excited, man. And my wife is gonna... Okay, let me rewind. I work night shift, so I normally go to bed between 7 and 8 a.m., and then I'll wake up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. According to my wife, the UPS usually gets here around noon to 1, somewhere in that time frame. So she asked me if I wanted her to wake me up when it arrives. And I was like, yes, actually, let's do that. So she's going to wake me up when it gets here, and I'm going to do an unboxing live stream. Okay, I need more 4 stars before I can rank these guys up. So let's start leveling up some 3 stars. I'm hoping, actually, once I'm done working on collecting fragments for this fusion so that I can convert them into High Mother Mod fragments, once I get to a stopping point with this, I'm going to start working on Soulbond Bowyer's Masteries, and I'm really hoping that I can have, like, use her to farm campaign, because she has the AoE A1. So if I can get her fast enough so that she can take 2 turns and just use her AoE A1 both times, she'll be like a 8 to 10 second farmer for 12-3, which would be a really nice quality of life. So on the first wave, like I have her at 180 speed right now. So she's not going to have enough damage to kill the first wave, which means these Hellgazers here will get a chance to go and then kill the food. So if I take the Spirit Haste Mastery, that'll give her an extra 18 speed. And then if I take, is it Kill Streak? Or Whirlwind of Death? Something like that. That gives her another 18 speed from killing enemies. By the time she gets to the second wave, she will already be fast enough to take 2 turns. So if I do an AI setup and turn off her A3 and her A2, she'll just A1, A1, kill the first wave. Second wave, A1, A1. Last wave, A1, A1. She'll have enough speed to go twice. So once I get her masteries to give her the speed, and also like the increases the damage if the target is at, you know, full HP or whatever. And then the mastery that increases the damage if they're below 40% HP. Like, all those stuff. I'm still not sure what tier 6 mastery I want to take on Soulbond Bowyer. There's a ton of arguments for... There's good arguments for each of them. I don't know if she's an upgrade over Saurus or not. The problem with Saurus is I would have to build him. If I could get a campaign farmer out of a champion I've already... Like, I don't want to have to build someone specifically to be my campaign farmer. And Shield Guards does a great job currently. But since I'm already planning to build and use Soulbond in other content as well, like, she's been great in Arena so far. Oh yeah, Soulbond. Yeah. Like... I mentioned this at the top of the stream, but there's a few more people in here now who weren't at the beginning. Having 6-starred Soulbond Bowyer, I'm now able to take out one-man defenses that would normally have either A, been extremely difficult, or B, I may not have even not been able to beat them at all. Like 80,000 power arbiters, 90,000 power arbiters, stuff like that. Like, I would normally try just because there's a chance that I could win, but I would normally fail. But Soulbond Bowyer's A2, I have her in a Cruel set, so with the natural 75% ignore defense plus the Cruel set, she's ignoring 80% defense. So I'm able to, like, smack them for, like, 30 to 40,000 damage with her A2. Normally, like, I replaced Shield Guard with her on that arena team. Normally my Shield Guard might hit for 7 to 8,000 against those arbiters. So she's doing like 5 times more damage. So it's going to allow me to farm medals for my Great Hall much more efficiently. Because normally I'd either have to pass and like not even try, or I would try and fail. I might win like 1 out of 10 of those style of matches. So she's actually been huge in Arena, which is why I went ahead and took the plunge on her instead of putting her aside and building Coldheart. Which, by the way, I pulled a Coldheart for those of you who missed it. I was talking about that earlier too. Another reason why I wanted to build Soulbond instead of Coldheart is because I want to show people that you don't need a Coldheart. I want to show alternate ways to beat content. So not only am I using her in Arena, I'll be able to use her in guides and stuff too, to make them a little bit more relatable. Now, once I've made the guides and I have the content on farm, I might go ahead and build the Coldheart just to speed things up a little bit, make it more efficient. But, yeah, for now, I'm perfectly content to use Soulbond. And I think Soulbond's going to be faster for the waves too. There's this, I don't want to say it's a fallacy because it's partially true in most areas, but a lot of people are of the opinion you only need to build 70% crit rate into Coldheart, which is true if you're talking about her Heartseeker. But early enough in the game where I need damage on the waves. My wave clear times are like really slow. So I would want to build Coldheart with 100% crit rate just to make sure when she does that AoE and her A1, I'm getting as much damage out of her as possible. So that's another advantage Soulbond has over Coldheart in that regard, specifically for like the wave content. Like she's got the AoE A1 and her A2 and her A3 hit really hard, and she only needs 75% crit rate for each of her skills. And I was also talking about this. Hey, what's up, Mike? Yep, I'm back, baby. I was also talking about this on Discord. I think it was last night or the night before, I don't remember. But potentially using, instead of using Armiger and Soulbond, or Armiger and Coldheart, potentially using Soulbond and Coldheart for my turn meter. Because that would give me more AoE damage to kill the waves faster. That's it. It'll give me more damage to kill the waves faster. And I noticed Soulbond's A2 hits about as hard as Armiger's A2 on stage 17 that I've been farming on Fire Knight. So for Fire Knight, Armiger and Soulbond will be doing about the same amount of damage. But for the waves, obviously having someone who can do an AoE or those huge like ignore defense, like on the second wave, when you have those liches, the skeleton dudes, the floaty skeletons, they have a ton of defense. And if they get to go and they use that cocoon ability, they do a big heal and then put increased defense on themselves. So if that happens, they take forever to kill. So the fact that Soulbond ignores 75% of the enemy's defense when she attacks with her A2, it's going to make killing those enemies in that wave a lot faster. So I could potentially do Coldheart and Soulbond, and I think that would be like my fastest team. Obviously I would have to experiment with it a little bit, and getting it so that they stagger their turn meter reductions is going to be important, because if Soulbond hits and does her turn meter reduction and then Coldheart does it immediately after, I then have to make it 4 turns for them to get back to the skill. So I'll have to find a way to do the AI setup so that one does the turn meter depletion and then 2 turns pass and then the other does the turn meter depletion and then 2 turns later the next, they're each on a 4-turn cooldown. So if I can get a full 100% turn meter depletion once every 2 turns, between that and Haikatoon's turn meter reduction on her A3 plus the decreased speed on her A1, and then if I take Evil Eye on everybody, I should be able to manage the turn meter. That's the hope. So if I can get it to work, that would be great. If not, I can just use Armiger plus whoever else. Yeah, I think for getting through the waves, Soulbond is going to be a little bit more better than Coldheart. But obviously once you get to the boss damage, I think Coldheart has a huge edge there, obviously. Also for getting the shield down too. But I also like Soulbond for Arena. She's actually been huge in these last couple days. So yeah, there's a lot of things I could do in terms of getting my team built. Are you talking about my campaign farmer, Shield Guard, James? He is really good. He is better at farming campaign than my Aethel, which is why I'm using him. I like him a lot, and he's also really good in Spider's Den against affinities where he would become the tank, because he does that AoE so frequently. He's constantly fully healing off the lifesteal. Like, I can auto-farm stage 15 Spider now. Yeah, he's really good. I don't want to say he's the best uncommon, because I tend to think that Armiger is. But I think he's probably like Armiger and then Shield Guard. Because he can actually, with good enough gear, he can solo farm stage 15 Minotaur too. He's a top tier uncommon. Okay. I'm gonna turn my music down a little bit. It looks like it's I'm getting an echo through the microphone. And I'm gonna turn it up in here. Can you guys still hear the music okay, or is that too quiet? I'm gonna turn up just a hair. Of course, the song ended right when I was trying to adjust the volume. If you're new to the channel and you've never seen me farm campaign before, the reason I switched to 12.6 at level 23 is because it gives them the perfect amount of XP to go from 1 to 30. If you don't switch from 12.3 to 12.6 at level 23, you'll have to spend more energy to get them to 30. So this way, I only have to do 23 runs. If you don't switch, then you'd have to do 24 runs. So I'm saving 8 energy per batch of 3 stars by switching it at level 23. You pulled a Void Legendary Dwarf? And you're not sure if they're good. Was it... I guess that's the only girl dwarf. Acrizia? If you pulled Acrizia, then she is amazing. She might be one of the best... well, it's like her and this guy, who's also a dwarf, are like some of the best end game enemy max HP damage dealers. If you pulled Acrizia, then you're in a really good spot. So congrats on that. She's very good. Top tier. Oh, then you're in a good spot, James. Congrats, man. She's awesome. You'll get the potions in time. I wouldn't stress too much about it. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, so now we gotta level up some chickens for extra points. I don't know about that one, James. I don't think so. I don't think he's a progression reward. How many days in are you? Oh, did you fuse Lady Mikage or did you pull her, Mike? Also, which form are you using her in her main form or her secondary form? Or do you do a mix of both? The nut guy. I don't think he's a login reward. He was a temporary fusion. You might have just got lucky and pulled him from a shard. Oh wait, are you talking about the progression? This times 15 thing? If this is what you're talking about, then yes, everyone has a chance to get him, but that doesn't mean that you will get him. It's like, if you pull a legendary, you have a chance to get him, and then for each legendary you pull that isn't him, your chance increases slightly. Oh, progressive. Yeah. Okay. That's why when I hear progression, I think of this daily, like these. So progress. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so you got him too, dude. You got some really, really good champions today, man. Congratulations. Oh no, it's not guaranteed. You just got really lucky. Congrats, man. Wow, good job. You're set, dude. Those are the two, probably the top two end game PvE damage dealers. That's amazing, man. I wish it was guaranteed. No, you're just a boss, I guess. Yeah, that's awesome, man. You're in a really good spot. You pulled Newt and a Crizia in the same day. That's amazing. Faction Wars is going to be so easy for Dwarves. Dwarves is actually one of the hardest ones, too. So. You got 3 legendaries today? Who is your third one? I think James is using cheat codes. So, Prince Dude? Are you talking about Prince Kymar? Are you... No way. Wait, did you get Prince Kymar? Are you being serious right now? Oh my god. This guy right here? Is this who you're talking about? Mike thinks you're trolling. I wouldn't be surprised. But if you're not, then that is insane, dude. That is crazy good luck. Those are some of the best in the game. No, 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 no. I feel like you're trolling right now. On the off chance that you're not trolling, Prince Kymar is very good. What makes him good is you could use him in the arena as a speed aura, and then what he will do is he will attack, remove all the buffs from all the enemies and put them to sleep, which means you don't have to build your damage dealer quite as fast. And your damage dealer can attack and kill everybody. And then, on the off chance that they don't, he will reset the cooldown of all of your skills and give you a turn meter boost. Yes, he does do the A1 poison, if he crits. But I feel like we're getting trolled now. Or if not, then congratulations. He is insanely good. So what that means is, like, you could use your... Oh, I guess you don't even really need to reset a Crisian Newt because it... I mean... I don't know. You're basically set for life. He's very good for arena. Yeah, he's got a great aura, and then when he attacks, you see how he put my guy to sleep, but Sealed Guard can cleanse himself. So yeah, he strips the buff and puts everyone to sleep. Which means, so you can build your damage dealer really slow. So everyone on the enemy team will take their turn and have their turn skipped because they were put to sleep. And then that'll give your damage dealer plenty of time to come in and knock them dead. He's also great for like endgame speedrunning dungeons and stuff because he resets the cooldowns of your champion's best damage dealing skills, like Newt and Acrizia. Yeah, he's one of the most coveted champions in the game. Okay, so now I can do one more. Make another 5-star chicken. Oh, here we go. Do you really have Trunda? I feel like I'm being trolled now. If you build your Trunda right, you won't need Kale. Hey, what's up, Dark Boon? Welcome. So what I would recommend is see if you have an AoE decreased defense champion. So what you could do is have you use Kymar as your aura lead, but make Haikatune your fastest, so she does the turn meter boost on everyone. And then whoever your decreased defense champion is, so if it's someone who does a physical attack like War Maiden, you would want them to go before your Kymar. But if it's someone like Madame Seri, who doesn't actually, she just places the debuffs without dealing damage, you can make Kymar faster. It doesn't really matter if you have Madame, which one goes first, because they both strip. So, like, if you're going against a team full of enemies with Stone Skin, I lost my train of thought. So if you're going against a team full of Stone Skin, you have multiple chances to strip the Stone Skin buff. So, like, you can do Kymar first to try to strip the buff and put them to sleep, and then you could have, like, Madame go to try to strip again, just in case you failed to strip it the first time. Or you can switch the order. It doesn't really matter in that case if you have Madame. But then if you put them to sleep with Kymar, that'll give your Trunda time to get in there and nuke them to death. My gosh, James, your account sounds insane. Okay. "90 days in? I think you're about a week or so ahead of me." Oh, 3. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, Sun Wukong would be good in Hydra. Man, he's just this really good champion. I died? What? Okay. Well, since I died, I think I just switched to 12.6 now. Because I got less XP for that run. Dark Aethel, very nice. Unfortunately, Dark Aethel is not particularly useful. I think probably her... Now, this is even a stretch. Probably her best use case would be an unkillable clan boss team where you use her as the aura lead to give everybody else a slight attack boost, and then turn off all of her abilities so she just uses her A1 for decreased defense over and over again. That's kind of niche still. Oh, Sakib. Wow, 75 million. Nice, dude. So, a lot of people ask... A common question that I see asked for this challenge series is, how far do I realistically think I'll be able to get into the game on this account? And I firmly believe that if my current plan for Bommel works and I can beat Bommel 90, there's no doubt in my mind that I can beat all the PvE content all the way through Doom Tower Hard. It's the content that has come out after Doom Tower, like Iron Twins and Sand Devil in particular, and maybe Curse City, is where I think I'm going to struggle. But I'm confident that I'll find a way to do faction wars, which, I mean, that is going to be extremely challenging. A select few factions in particular, I think, like dwarves and undead horde, are notoriously challenging. What's that one? Night Revenant is very difficult. There's a few where the boss will do a health swap on a 12-turn cooldown, which means you basically have to be able to kill the boss in 12 turns or less. So those ones are going to be difficult because I don't know if I will have damage dealers for each of those factions who can put out enough damage. But so Faction Wars is going to be challenging. Bommel 90 on hard is going to be challenging. But I have a plan for Bommel, and I have a blanket plan for most Faction Wars. It's just, plans are one thing. Success is another, right? Like, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm confident that I'll be able to do it. It's just, Iron Twins is going to be a nightmare. Like, I might be able to do, like, Stage 8 Iron Twins or something. Optimistically. Sand Devil... Actually, if technically Cronum is within the parameters of this challenge because he is free and permanently available, but leveling 6 alt accounts to level 50 is a pain in the ass. However, if I can get Cronum, then I could potentially do Sand Devil 25 someday. So, I don't want to get Cronum to progress through normal content, but if I get to a point where I'm ready to start pushing Sand Devil, and I literally just can't, I might resort to that. Which is a bummer, because I don't really like to use BlueStacks. My new computer that I'm getting on Monday might be able to handle running BlueStacks, but the current PC that I'm running did not. It's a 7-year-old PC, so even though it was like not quite top of the line, but maybe like 1 or 2 tiers down from being top of the line when I got it, it's 7-year-old technology. Also, if I had Shield Guard, I don't know if I would have been able to beat that Pythion. So again, Soulbond Bow, you're doing work. She's going to allow me to farm teams that I wouldn't normally be able to. Build my Great Hall faster. Yes, there is a video that uses 3 Painkeepers to clear Iron Twins. However, the other side of that is they're probably using an unkillable champion like Roshgard the Tower or Helikath. So it's not just 3 Painkeepers, is it? Unless I'm wrong, if you could find a video that clears Iron Twins with just 3 Painkeepers, I would love to see that video, because, you know, that would be great. I wonder if... No, that won't work. Never mind. This Killer Croc guy looks pretty nasty. What does he do? Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that guy. I don't care. That's a lot of power for a single dude. Alright, back to... Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Hey, thank you, MTech. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad that the series is helping you. That means a lot to me. And welcome to Raid Shadow Legends. That's true. Kurzad Depart does do the A1 decreased speed. So there are tricks that I can do, but I don't know that I'll be able to farm like stage 15. Like without some serious high-level horsepower champions. You've done the Chronom grind twice? Ay, that's nuts. Man, I thought this Drexler Blood Twin grind was rough. This will be my third time ever doing that Drexler grind. Hey! Let's see, how do I pronounce this? Is that Black One? Did I say that right? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you. Who does A3 increase accuracy? Oh, are you talking about Kurzad Depart? Or... Alright, cool. Ooh. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. No, wait. Oh, man, even though I switched to 12.6 really early on after failing the 12.3 run, I don't know if it's going to be enough XP. I still might come up short. I might have to feed them some 1-star chicken, or 1-star champions to get them. Okay. I haven't looked at his kit. I don't think I've pulled him yet on this account. Because normally a 12.3 run on my, like, I would have ended, like, right here. So I think I'm still going to come up a little short. I'm gonna grab a water. I'll be right back. I hate how noisy this chair is, man. There it is again. I wish I could figure out what was causing it to make that noise and fix it. I tried tightening all the bolts in it, but that didn't do anything. What I'd like to do sometime eventually is figure out, like, make a definitive guide on the most efficient way in terms of, like, points per energy to do champion training events and tournaments. WD-40 maybe. I just don't know which... Okay, I have an idea where it's coming from. Maybe I can get, like, some, like, little pieces of foam or something and put, like, unscrew the bolts, put the foam in, screw it in, so rather than metal grinding together, it'll, like, dampen it a little bit. You forgot your drag fragment? Yeah, dude, I got an alarm set on my phone. I keep forgetting it, and every time I forget it, it gets pushed back further and further. What they really need to do, and I've been hoping for this for a long time, is they need to make it so, like, at midnight UTC, when these quests reset and you get the daily login reward resets and all that stuff, make the things in the bazaar reset. Like, if you want to put a 1-week cooldown on the books, that's fine, but rather than, like, 6 days and 2 hours, it should be 6 days and, like, whatever. Like, when, like, round it down to, like, when the quest reset. It's so annoying. Do I have a referral link? Yeah, I guess. Are you gonna... Here. If anybody wants to be a bro and help me get Chronom, there you go. Now, do not feel obligated by any means. But if you just want to do it for the sake of doing it, you're welcome to. I certainly don't expect you to. Because the whole point of this series is to make content that's like relatable to people, and not everyone's gonna have, you know, people who are willing to help them with the referral links. So, I don't know. If you want to, go ahead. It will make my life easier. But I certainly don't expect it, because I know it's a lot of work. But yeah, I thought about like different ways I can approach it. You know, because like not everyone's gonna have BlueStacks, because not everyone has a PC. So I was trying to think of a way that would be like that everyone could do. You know. You got your first legendary. Congrats, Jay. Carolyn the Ringer. I don't actually know who that is. What faction are they from? That must be a somewhat new one. I've taken time off raid here and there, and a lot of times champions will release in the time that I'm not playing the game. So oh, if Mike says it's a good one, it's probably a good one. No, okay, no, never mind. I don't know. Yeah, I don't, I need to... Oh, Night Rev. Okay, I'll take a look, because I'm curious. If it's a Void Legendary, it's probably pretty good. Carolyn the Ringer. I'm curious now. Oh. It's probably Carlon. Oh, he's like the ghost of Christmas past. Let's see. Nice speed aura. Allies will ignore 10% of the target's defense if the target is under freeze. That's interesting. If the freeze debuff was placed by this champion, allies will ignore 20% of the target's defense instead. That's not bad. Places a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Just happens. Okay. Fully depletes the turn meters of all enemies that receive a freeze debuff from this skill. Holy moly, dude. This is like Armand's. But it's a freeze instead of a stun. Fills the turn meters of all islands for 10% of each free... Holy cow, dude. This is like... Okay, so this is like Yakarl the Scourge's A2. But it's AoE. That's insane, dude. That's really good. Attacks all enemies. Okay, places Hex and Weaken. Okay. If the target is under freeze, place that... Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Wow. That's a really good champion, man. Congrats. Yeah, dude, wave content. For sure. A lot of times that's the hardest part. Like, it's pretty easy to look at a boss's mechanics and then build a team that can counter the boss. But it's difficult to do that and get a team that can, you know, punch through the waves and make it to the boss. That is really good, man. That's a really good first one. It kind of makes me sad that he does Yakarl's A2 on an AoE. That makes Yakarl feel so much worse. I mean, Yakarl's still great, and I'm totally going to use him, but man. Man. Yakarl just got power creeped hard. Yeah, that's gonna be great for like Dark Fae and just, man, everything. Fire Knight, Scarab King. Any boss where you want to reduce the turn meter, that's gonna be really good. Because not only are you taking the turn meter down, but you're boosting the ally turn meter too. That guy is really, really good. Holy cow. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. I just got 10 champion champ chase. Is that what it is? Champ chase points. Yeah, champ chase, because summon rush is the event. So yeah, so I might just passively complete that while I'm farming campaign today. That would be ideal. Then I wouldn't have to use any more shards. Man. So I had the clan quest to upgrade or rank up 100 uncommons to 3-star. I knew that was going to happen, man. Nuts. Okay, so this one. Upgrade 100 uncommon champions to rank 3. I totally forgot that I had all these uncommons in my vault. So I was actually buying uncommons from the market so I can get more 2-star chickens to rank up my, and I was cracking mystery shards and using brews to turn the 1-stars into 2-stars so I could use those as food to rank up the uncommons. I was wasting a lot of resources. I mean, I'm kind of mad at myself that I had some more in here too. Gosh dang, that's really annoying. I can't believe I did that. What was I doing? Oh, right. Okay. I don't want to use energy on that. Okay. Now, before we rank those up, we're gonna get some free points. I get sidetracked so easily. Yeah, I have been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. That was in middle school. While I've never gotten a clinical diagnosis, I did, after I suspected that I may have dyslexia, I did take a dyslexia test, and the test that I took online, and now, granted, it's an online test, it wasn't administered by a professional, but according to the online test that I took, I tested positive for dyslexia, which is actually pretty common for people who have attention deficit disorder and ADHD as well. So it's not surprising. But yeah, I do get sidetracked super easy. Sakib, are you talking about the Chronom grind? I still can't get over how good that Void Lego is that you got, man. I'm just like, it's going, like, I can't stop thinking about like all the different places you could use him where he'll be great. It's a blessing and a curse. My mind just never stops thinking about stuff like that. Motorin'. I mentioned it at the top of the stream. I'm going to mention it again for anyone who has tuned in. On Monday, my PC should be arriving. And when it arrives, I'm going to do an unboxing live stream. So it's not going to be during the normal hours that I would normally stream. I'm actually going to wake up in the middle of my sleep cycle, hopefully if it arrives on time, to do this. So keep an eye out for that, because it goes way outside my normal content creation hours. Oh, the 100 uncommons. Yes, it is a huge pain in the butt. Nobody in my clan ever takes that one because it is a pain in the ass, which means I can almost always count on it being available for me to take, so I can get clan gold to get Yakarl the Scourge, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and go with Yannica. I'm going through with it. At first, I was on the fence, leaning towards no, because I will gain Cleopteryx eventually, who is... They are kind of neck and neck in terms of the amount of damage they can do. But this is so far off, man. If I can get, like, a really hard-hitting attack-based champion to pair with my Arbiter when I get her, because Arbiter does the increased attack with the turn meter boost, that's going to be really good. And having multiple nukers available from different affinities is extremely valuable. So I think I am going to go ahead and go through with collecting Yannica fragments. But Yakarl is still the main priority because he's going to be massive for PvE progression, which I value more highly than PvP progression. Because I'm scraping by in PvP. Like, you know, there's plenty of people who do these easy defenses that I can just crush and still farm my Great Hall. So this is not PvP is not a huge priority on my account. But it is something I would like to progress in. Like, the stronger my teams are, the more teams I can pick off here and there. We just, you know, more good is more better, you know? Like, if I can... The easier it is for me to find teams that I can beat, the faster I build my Great Hall. So, it is something in my peripheral, it's just not a high priority. It's just kind of like a quality of life thing. Okay, so tomorrow we get another Ancient Shard. So what was I doing? Okay, so these guys are done. I still need to sort through some of these and figure out which ones are trash and which ones are not. I'm going to have to take some time off stream and sort through my rares and figure out which ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. Dark Aethel. Got her yesterday. I think... I kind of talked about her a little bit. Someone else just got her today, too. Yeah, don't use Gnarlhorn, don't use Gnarlhorn as food. He's great if you build him. And even if you just don't want to build him, you'll need him to fuse Rosin. So, sorry. Back to Dark Aethel. I think... her best use case would be in an unkillable clan boss team as your aura lead with her A2 and A3 turned off, so she's just using her A1 over and over again to keep decreased defense on the boss. And even that is highly niche because you're likely to have better decreased defense options. If you don't, then she can be used there. And her attack aura will boost the damage of your Maneater, your Painkeeper, whoever you're using. Your damage dealers as well. So she has some use case, but overall probably not worth the investment. Dark Elhain, on the other hand, can hit very hard and has a lot of utility for PvE. Some people use her in Ice Golem. I think she's a little dangerous for Ice Golem because she can trigger the Frigid Vengeance passive and get your team killed. So you'd have to, like... You'd have to kind of plan for that and make sure that your team isn't going to die. Some people use her in PvP to counter Torments. I'm planning on using mine to counter Tormund waves in Doom Tower hard. Because as of, like, there's two ways you can counter, well, my favorite way to counter Tormunds in Doom Tower hard is with a champion who can place block debuffs for 2 turns. Due to the parameters of my challenge, the only champion I will have access to who can do that is Seducer, who is a Void Rare. I might not ever pull Seducer, so if I don't, Dark Elhain becomes the other potential option for me to counter Torment waves in Doom Tower hard. If I can finish this champion training event kind of early on, I might actually stop and start banking... Oh, that's the wrong one. Start banking energy for the Spider Tournament. Because I can actually... I did a test run earlier today, and I can do stage 15 now. Oh, I did one too many batches. Oh well, that's fine. You have Deacon and Stagnite. Nice, man. Yeah. Did you have... Yeah. I would probably say Dark Aethel is not worth the resources. Oh... I don't know if... The issue with the potential issue with trying to use Gnarlhorn as a Dragon 20 solo farmer is his A1 you can't crit. His A1 can't crit or weak hit. It just deals just natural damage. And it does not hit hard at all. It's got horrible damage multipliers. So it will take you like a year to get through the waves with him. And he would have to be perfectly speed-tuned. Oops, I didn't mean to do... That's fine. I'll just do my 12 and then switch and do the 11 on the other end. Oh, using Torture. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so you're going to use... Okay, so rather than fuse Rosin, you're going to fuse Torture Helm. I see, for Dragon 20 solo. Okay. Thank goodness. I was like, I really don't like being the bearer of bad news. But yeah, I don't... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Gnarlhorn will be able to do it. Okay, I see now. Hey Wolf, welcome to the party, man. I usually try to put the word live in my live stream thumbnail so people know that it's a live stream. But in your defense, the thumbnail was very cluttered today. There's a lot going on because I basically just took a screenshot of the tournament page. So there's a lot of words happening. It's very busy. I didn't know where to put the word live because it just didn't look good anywhere. Yeah, is sick a flex as a Gnarlhorn dungeon solo would be. I don't think he could actually do it. He just doesn't do damage. Yeah. Now, he's very good for Phantom Shogun, because his A1 can't weak hit. So you can, if you can awaken him to a reasonable level, and then build him with a lot of crit damage, so he has the most crit damage out of anyone on your team, he can be your crit damage tank, because he makes himself unkillable. He's got some really good utility there. Oh, okay, I got you, buddy. It's all good, man. I feel like I need to check my arena. I don't know if that's true or not. No, it's not. Was there... Well, this guy's 6-starred 2 Frozen Banshees. It's interesting. Yeah, okay, I'll wait for a refresh on those. Oh no, Icky Ray. Yeah, Gnarlhorn is friend, not food. Even us. Oh man, we're making really good progress. Nice. On my old accounts, I actually unironically used Gnarlhorn in one of my Hydra teams. Not just because I was trying to meme or like whatever. He was just good enough to use in my Hydra teams. He would provoke the Head of Decay, and because he self-buffs, I would build him with enough resistance to be my Mischief tank. So he was doing 2 jobs at once on my Hydra team. So it was him and Vizix where they had enough speed that they could keep the Head of Torment provoked between the 2 of them. And then Vizix was also placing AoE decreased speed. So they were like my dynamic duo. Yeah, Gnarlhorn is just a really, really good champion. Also, on that same account where I used him on my Hydra team, I had an Arbiter mission that said, ascend a Spirit Champion to 6-star Ascension, or something like that. I had to 6-star ascend a Spirit Affinity Champion to progress in my Arbiter missions. And I was looking through my vault and everything, and I didn't have anyone except for Gnarlhorn. He was like kind of the best option out of all of them that I had. So I was like, alright, let's give this guy a try. He looks good. I like his AoE provoke, 3-turn cooldown, can't weak hit. Seems solid. So I built him, and I was like, man, this guy's great. His AoE 3-turn cooldown provoke enabled me to start farming Fire Knight 20 way sooner than I would have been able to do so otherwise, because without his crowd control, I would not have been able to make it through the waves. So I started farming Fire Knight 20 super early on that account. And it was because of that I was able to do some really, really ridiculous regen solo champion builds. Like my Walking Tomb Drang. That was actually the first video that put my channel on the map. Was my Walking Tomb Drang Dragon 25 solo guide. So if it wasn't for Gnarlhorn allowing me to start farming regen gear super early on, I wouldn't have been able to make that Walking Tomb Drang Dragon 25 solo video, and I wouldn't be here today. So thank you to Gnarlhorn. Helped put my channel on the map. And actually, Odd One Gaming actually shouted out my channel and that video when he did his Walking Tomb Drang solo guide. So, yeah, that was the first time another content creator, as far as I'm aware, shouted out and acknowledged my channel. So that was kind of cool. So Gnarlhorn, he was like the MVP behind the scenes. Yes, I have studied the way of many a free-to-play styles. I'm well versed. My last account was free-to-play. Yeah, no peanut butter talk today, at least not yet. We'll see what happens. Oh, okay. See, not everybody's name in Discord matches their name on YouTube. So sometimes it's difficult for me to connect the dots. But I'm glad you said that, Sakube. Now I know who you are in Discord. That makes everything much easier. Cool, 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 cool. I mean, Haikatoon is great too. But I think I had already 6-starred Haikatoon before I got to that mission. So I needed a different Spirit Champion. And Gnarlhorn was it. And I did not regret it. And I still, well, I shouldn't say I still use him today because I don't play on that account anymore. But when I was playing on that account, not only do I use him in Hydra, he was also on my Doom Tower Hard Wave Clear team. I used him over Vizix just because I wasn't able to get Vizix fast enough and still use her. Okay, I need to do one more run, and then I can switch to 12-3. If my math is correct. By math, I mean blind guessing. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I use Gnarlhorn instead of Vizix. In that my Doom Tower Hard Wave Clear team with my on my Seer team. Like my full auto floor 1 to 120. Zoop, 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 zoop. Yeah, I use Gnarlhorn on that team. Ended up liking him better than Vizix. Which means I use 2 rares, which you could use 3 rares. I happen to have Prince Kymar on that account. But if I didn't, I would use a second Renegade, and it would absolutely work with 2 Renegades. I just didn't build a second Renegade because I had Kymar. So you could run that team with 3 rares, a free champion in Lydia, because everyone can get her eventually, and then a Seer. So if you can pull Seer, that's the hard part, pulling Seer. Also getting Lydia is another hard part. But those are the 2 hard parts. If you can get Lydia and Seer, you can build a full auto Doom Tower team. It takes a lot of gear, though. It's a very gear intensive. But I was able to pull it off free to play, so. I always do that. I always collect my energy and like, oh yeah, I need to go to arena. I should do this first before I collect the energy. If it wasn't for Leorius, I'd actually try to fight this team. I don't feel like getting dumpstered. $139 million for normal Hydra. Good job, man. Nice. Sorry, I'm getting a little behind on chat because I keep going off on tangents about things. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Vizix is actually a really great Fire Knight champion. Basically, any content where there's turn meter control to take into consideration, she's awesome. My Doom Tower Hard team, it was Seer and Lydia. I think I was saying Vizix earlier. I meant Lydia from Faction Wars. Seer, Lydia, and Lydia was in a shield set. And then I have Gnarlhorn to provoke, because you have to if you're using Renegade for reset. So Renegade and then Prince Kymar. It's Renegade, or no, that's not true. You could, it's because Seer's AoE is on a 4-turn cooldown. That's why you need Gnarlhorn, or a provoker, or some sort of crowd control. I can't believe it. I literally never die. And I've died twice tonight. So annoying. So the way it works is Gnarlhorn is the fastest at, I forget the speeds. I think it has to be faster than 264 because the Sifi and Doom Tower Hard are 264 speed. So you need to be faster than that. So it was Reset Champion, each of whom faster than that, and then also Gnarlhorn, who needs to be faster than that. Or whoever your crowd control champion is. I'm just going to say Gnarlhorn. So the way it works is Reset Champion goes, and then Gnarlhorn provokes. And then Lydia does her increase speed and decrease defense and weaken and all that stuff. And then Seer will nuke. Next wave, Renegade resets the cooldown of Gnarlhorn's provoke because it's on a 3-turn cooldown. And then your other reset champion goes, not using their reset ability. And then your crowd control does their crowd control. And then Lydia goes, and then Seer has 1 turn left on her cooldown because it's on a 4-turn cooldown. So I set her to A1, because there's a 20% chance that she takes an extra turn when she attacks with her A1. So she could attack with her A1, grant an extra turn, and then go straight into her nuke. If she doesn't get that 20% chance, it's fine because Gnarlhorn has provoked everybody. So it gives Seer time to get back to that nuke. Seer nukes, go to the next wave, and then it's reset champion goes, and then their second reset champion will use their reset cooldown skill. And then Gnarlhorn provokes again, and then Lydia goes, then Seer goes. So if you have Kymar, you don't need the crowd control champion. But if you're using Renegades, then you do need a crowd control champion. Or you can just gamble and just bank on Seer getting the extra turn when she A1s every time. Which could be a pain in the ass because, it would take a lot of runs to get that perfect RNG on all, the second wave and then also the third wave. I didn't feel like messing with that. Yeah. So you could do it with 2 Renegades. All Kymar or Yumiko will do is cut 5 turns off your best time or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Hopefully, I could finish the champ training tonight and get that legendary book. If I remember, I'll show you guys that team afterwards. I keep feeling like I need to go back to... My intuition was correct. I did have business to tend to. Still a ways off here. Okay. Still can't believe I died twice tonight on this campaign farm. Like, it's crazy. Sakib, Gorgorab is great in Faction Wars. You will almost certainly need him for the final boss of Faction Wars. Undead Horde is one of the hardest ones because the final boss is the boss who ignores 100% of your defense and has damage that scales off your max HP. So it's almost impossible to keep your team from dying. Because of that, you will likely need a reviver, and Gorgorab is a great one. So even if you build Gorgorab and then replace him with Arbiter, you'll still get value out of him. There's also some really... You also need him in some secret rooms in Doom Tower and Doom Tower Hard. I think there's a Magic Affinity Epics only secret room where you could use him. I specifically remember using mine for that. And there's also tag team or 3v3 arena, tag arena, whatever you want to call it. You could use Arbiter for one team, Gorgorab for a second team. So you'll still get plenty of use out of them, even if you do invest. It's not like you're just going to throw them in the trash and never use them again. If you're concerned that you will replace him when you get your Arbiter, you could just take him to 5-star. Something to consider. Oh, right, because they're not level 30 yet. Okay, I don't want to feed 2 stars into those guys just to get them to level 30. Oh, that hurts. Because I died on that one run, it screwed up the whole thing. I'd rather do this than spend energy on it, though. I can actually rank one of these up because I did that extra batch last time. Okay, now we need to do more. Oh, no, we want to do 12-6 for the food so we can get the extra points. I might just farm, even though it's worth less silver, I might just farm 12-6 just because I don't think I can die on 12-6. It also depends on how close to Arbiter you are. Like if you're still like 2 or 3 months off Arbiter, like, I mean, that's a long time. Like, you know, yeah, it's really hard to say. Like Wolf just mentioned, it is extremely account dependent. Like, no two people have the exact same account, so it's, I don't know. It really depends on where you're at. Frost Spider. I don't know that he would do anything particularly significant for Frost Spider unless you're just using him as, like, if your team's dying and you need a reviver, maybe. Like if you built him like tanky with like regen gear. Actually, so it's an interesting topic of discussion too. Like, normally you want to build your Arbiter super fast for Arena, which means you might not necessarily have good tanky gear. And if that is a position you find yourself in, it might not be completely out of whack to build a second Reviver with much tankier stats in like a regen set or something. Just focus on like having a nice sturdy full team Reviver. Because I know it's super easy to compare Arbiter and Gorgorab because they do a lot of the same things, right? Why did I click Sacred Order? Like, they both have an Arena aura, they both do a turn meter boost with increased attack, they both have a revive. But Arbiter does all these things for Arena better. So you could just build Arbiter to be your Speed Freak in Arena. And then just have Arbiter built for like more PvE centered content. Something to think about too. Okay, I need to do one more batch of food. That's a good point, Icky Ray. Yeah, a lot of times you can get away with building revivers at 5-star. I think I ended up 6-starring mine for Undead Hordes just because I don't remember why. I felt like I needed to, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Okay, I see. Yeah. In terms of Arena, he does have a much lower base speed than Arbiter. But again, like, you could build him specifically with PvE in mind. You know, like, if you can build him with, like, 230, 250 speed, he wouldn't necessarily have to be, like, you know, obviously you want your Arbiter, like, 300 speed or more eventually. You would, you know, just, if you can get him to, like, so he's still the fastest on your team, but still with the tankier build. Oh, I see. I gotcha. So, okay. He also does... Let me look at his kit. I forget exactly... I know all the things he does, I just don't know... So, increase turn meter and increase attack. And then revives all allies, and then heals. Hey, that's not terrible. It's kind of funny. He does a lot of the same things that Arbiter does. Like, Arbiter has the AoE buff strip, but he has an AO1 that's... He has the A1 that can steal, remove a buff. And then obviously that's like Arbiter's A3. And that's like Arbiter's A4. And they both have the R. Yeah, but 97 base speed, it's a lot lower than Arbiter's 110. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's quite possible that I don't know. I trailed off. My brain started going in multiple directions at once. Okay. Yeah. I think if you invested in him, you would not have a hard time finding ways to get value from him. Is what I think was what I was trying to get at. Now I'm going to do some 4 stars for tons and tons of points. Yeah, well, it also kind of comes down to banners, because, like, banners aren't ubiquitous across all champions. They're faction specific. So if you have, like, a quadrille speed banner for Undead Hordes, then it's possible that you could be able to build your Gorgrab faster than you can build your Arbiter if you don't have a good fast banner for your Arbiter. So... But for the most part, on average, a champion with a higher base speed will be able to be built faster, generally. Man, I had on my old account for Elva Autumnborn, I had like a plus 30 speed resistance banner for her. It was nuts. It's so much speed for a banner, dude. Oh, I think this might be the first day since I unlocked the Cursed City that I didn't get the quest to, like, fight in the Cursed City. Huh. Also, I re-geared my Haikatoon a little bit to give her a little bit more speed. I didn't necessarily put her in the fastest gear on my account because I still needed her to be tanky because she's on my clan boss team. But I had a Blood Shield banner that I put on her, and now because she's in the Blood Shield banner, I don't necessarily have to do the gear swap with my Metal Shaper every time I want to do Scarab King, because every time she attacks, she's gonna have the Blood Shield. So I have faster banners on my account. Like, this doesn't have any speed on it whatsoever, but I gave her a new weapon with... I haven't glyphed any of this stuff either yet. So 17 speed there. This was new too. This wasn't the fastest helm, but it gave her a boost in accuracy. Because before, I think she only had about like 140 accuracy. Because I kept seeing the decreased speed on her A1 get resisted when I was doing my Fire Knight runs. So now she's up to 192 accuracy. So this isn't the fastest helm I have on my account, but it gives her a nice accuracy boost. And then this shield is new. I was using a green shield with like 9 speed on it, so that's an upgrade. And these gloves are new as well. And these are the fastest gloves on my account. They just happen to be a good main stat. And this chest piece wasn't the fastest chest piece on my account, but because its defense percentage is going to make her nice and tanky. And my first pair of 6-star speed boots with accuracy in the substats. So I could build her faster, but 250 is already... I think she was like 242, so I gained 8 speed, and I also gained like 50 accuracy. And because she's in this Blood Shield accessory now, I don't have to do the gear swap on Metal Shaper every time. So now my Metal Shaper is... I put her old gear on him. So as long as the rest of my team is slower than Metal Shaper, this will still work on full auto for Scarab King. So that's actually huge. Being able to have a faster Haikatoon and not gimp myself for the sake of making the team work against Scarab King. What was I doing? Okay, these guys. So I need to do one... Oh, these are the sparring... Okay, I need to do one more batch of 4 stars so I can start ranking those guys up. Okay, I got it together. I'm on track again. These are 5 stars. 4 star. Yeah, Wolf. Yeah, Lady Kimmy's really fast. But to be fair, I didn't farm a lot of dragon on that account, and I'm pretty sure she was wearing some perception sets. She wasn't in like 6 speed pieces. Um, because I spent so much of my early energy farming Fire Knight, my speed gear wasn't that great. I was more concerned with her accuracy, because I used her in like Doom Tower Heart. She was my speed champion for that team. So I wanted to make sure she had at least 350 accuracy. And also, I wanted to make sure she had enough accuracy to strip enemy buff. I think she had like 450 accuracy, if I recall correctly. Like, I was focused more on accuracy. I was still focused on speed for that Lady Kimmy build, but obviously I needed accuracy too. So I think she was like 300 something speed, but had enough accuracy to be effective in the arena. So yeah, I wouldn't get too hung up on the exact stats. Because obviously, if it was just an Arbiter and I wasn't concerned about accuracy at all, I probably could have made her faster. But I also had several champions built, because I also wanted my Deacon really, really fast. Like, I had a ton of champions over 300 speed on that account. So I was stretching my speed gear pretty thin. Especially since I didn't farm much dragon on that account. Because I didn't really need to, because I got an unkillable team super early on, which means I didn't need to farm, what's it called, lifesteal gear. I don't know why I had to, yeah, this is right? 12, 12, 12, yeah, okay. So I need 2 more. Do I have 2 more? I don't know why I did that. I guess the way to figure out if I have 2 more would just be do this. 1. Okay, so I need... Do I need this Stitch Beast anymore? I could use him as a chicken. But what happens if I need him? Then I'll feel really stupid. No, I won't eat him. Maybe... Oh, surely I've got some in my vault, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. Where's my 4-star chickens? These guys can all come out to play now. I think I keep him. Hold on. Oh, no. I've got... Okay, so yeah. Okay, I can get rid of him now. He was a faction guardian, but now I altered my faction guardian, so I don't... Yeah, so I'm keeping this one for the fusion when I need it. And this one's going to be a chicken for now. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Alright. Everything is normal. Everything is good. That's not bad, Ikiray. Especially for an alt account, that's actually pretty good. Took you 600 turns to solo Scarab King? Green Warden. I don't... That champion doesn't sound familiar to me. It sounds like a... Sylvan Watcher, though. Green Warden. Is it this guy? No. Huh. I don't know. Is this guy? No. I don't know. Man, that's a long it's a lot of commitment. Yeah. You'll be fine. And yeah, everybody's account is different. But yeah, I neglected. Like, I really didn't start farming dragon. Like, I would farm dragon during fusions when I needed to farm dragon, but that was about it until I had a solo champion who could farm, like, solo farm dragon, because at that point I could farm food at the same time. So like the value for farming dragon increased dramatically for me at that point. But even then, I still put the majority of my energy into Fire Knight because I wanted Savage Gear, I wanted regen. Like there's just so many good sets, so many good end game sets in Fire Knight. Okay, now these guys become food for this fella. Ooh, I can do some, Holy moly. Can I 6-star Kale today? I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-star chickens. I think Kale, I want to make Kale my next 6-star, so to decrease the amount of time it takes me to farm Dragon 20. I don't know if I'll have enough energy to do Kale today, though. Out there. Got one more there. Okay, we're not going to have enough energy to 6-star Kale. When does this end? And how close are we to the book? So we need 11,000. I only need 1,000 points? Oh, 700 points? Okay, hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna get that book, bro. We can do this one. I'm not familiar with Shuzen. Oh, I see, I see. I was looking at the wrong faction. Or was I? Green Warden Rurak. Okay. Green Warden. Oh, Rurak, this guy. Okay, so how does he... Whenever an ally loses 10% or more of the max HP, shield, okay. Is that how he does it? He just gets hit hard enough to lose 10% of his max HP and get the shield? Interesting. Okay, so you probably need him in a regen so he could heal up enough. Which means you can't put him in a toxic set to make it faster. Yeah, okay. Cool. I didn't realize you could do it. I've never heard of that before. Neato. Okay, well, I'm only like 700 points away from this legendary book. So... let's put these 5 stars in. Actually, let me do 12-6. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but just in case it does. This will give me a ton of points. I don't know if I'll have enough energy to finish this today without using gems, but I don't want to use gems because I could just, like, do it tomorrow for free if I just wait a day. Unfortunately, this means I'm out of energy, which means I won't have any when the spider tournament starts. But I managed to knock out the Fire Knight tournament on the first day, but it meant using a ton of extra energy. Yes, that is correct, Icky Ray. 12-6 is more XP, but it's slightly less energy. So I got 72 points for my first run. $72 points for my second run. That's good. So that's 144. Oh, emergency heal. Nice. That's clever. So do you not have a toxic set you can put him in? Or do you need him in the shield set so he doesn't... What? Why am I dying on campaign today? So, like, I didn't even think it was possible at this point. That is such a bummer. I only got 18 points for that run. Wait, is that the second wave? Oh my gosh. That is so annoying. Okay. Maybe my food didn't die? Surely they died, right? Because if my food doesn't die, then I don't have as much speed, which would make sense. But, like, he always focuses the Shazar first. So I don't understand how he got killed there. I wasn't watching. Oh, destroy would make sense, too. Yeah? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's... Okay. Yes, that might not be good then. So I'm still getting 54 points. No, I haven't changed this build. I haven't had the silver too. I was working on building Candle Guard. Because I think Candle Guard might be able to do like a 7-second run. But I just haven't had... Like, I would have to farm some masteries on her. 36. That's still more than I get when I do a bench of 4 stars. I'm gonna do one more run on these guys. It's possible that I didn't get enough turn meter boost. The only way I can possibly imagine that I failed was that... Here, I'll take it off auto when I get to the wave. So, he only gets turn meter boost if he crits. So it's possible that he didn't crit on all 3 of these, so he did not get enough turn meter boost to get a second turn. And then, so A, and then B, he didn't kill Lord Shazar because he wasn't able to cut in. And then C, Lord Shazar placed 2 bombs and critically hit, so the detonation timer was reduced to 1 turn each, which means both bombs would explode before his passive has a chance to cleanse it. Okay, we're done with 5 stars. We're not getting any more points. Let's see where I'm at. We need 500 more points, 600 or 400 more points. Okay. Hit auto. Okay. Um, how many 6 stars do you have, Sakib? I feel like if you can get 5 6 stars and get full masteries on them, you should be able to push up past 13 in most dungeons. I know it can be boring to just sit there and farm campaign over and over and over until you have your first 5 6 stars. And then it's even more boring to do the same thing with masteries over and over and over until your first 5 6 stars have masteries. But it makes a massive difference in your progression if you're struggling. And you haven't done that, that's what I would do first. Oh, okay. Yeah, once you get that 6th, it's massive. And then work on getting their masteries. Okay. Still got 45 points for that run. I'm going to do one more. And I'll switch out some other champions. Yeah, so there's a couple things I can do. I can make Coldheart my next 6 star, which will help me in Spider and Fire Knight. And it could potentially help me in Dragon. It'll help me kill the boss faster, and she does do AoE on the waves. Or I can do Kale as my next 6 star, which will benefit me mostly for Dragon and Ice Golem. Which Ice Golem I still need a lot of work. Oh, I see the affinity. Yeah, okay. Um yeah. If Once you have 5 6 stars and they all have masteries, you should still likely be able to power through bad affinity stages. Because like my main dungeon team, they're wearing gear from the Griffin, which I got from Doom Tower. So this isn't really dungeon farmed team or gear, aside from the accessories from Spider. It's possible that I got this from Ice Golem, but it's highly likely I just bought this from the shop, like the market in the Bastion. This was clearly bought from the market in the Bastion. These were likely bought from the market in the Bastion. I think this was probably bought in the market in the Bastion, but again, like Doom Tower gear. This is just from farming mostly Stage 1 Griffin. Obviously, these are from Faction Wars. But, you know, gear from the Griffin. Gear from the Griffin. Obviously, these are from Ice Golem. But the majority of the gear that I'm wearing was either farmed from the Griffin or purchased from right here. Like, I almost bought this earlier. Like, I sincerely thought about it. But I ended up deciding not to because it was only 4-star. But crit rate, crit damage, like, that's not a bad piece. It's from a resistance set. So, don't be shy about buying gear from here. This is where the vast majority of my non-Doom Tower gear has come from. That's what I was thinking too, Wolf. I think Kale's... I might do a poll on my community page. How close am I to this? Because I'm almost done with champ training. Let's see how close we are on this. How many points away I am. I'm only... 4 goes to 14 points away. Let's just finish this real quick. Are you asking me how I'm healing on Clan Boss, or are you talking to someone else? Guardian set gives me a 10% heal every turn, and then I also have Reliquary Tender. Ooh, I think that just finished the event for me. Hell yeah. They're also, it's not a perfect one-to-one team. It's like they're taking extra turns between turns, I guess. So it's slightly more than 10%. I mean, it's still only a 10% heal for each of their own turns, but relative to the Clan Boss, because I have Haikatoon, they're taking more turns between each time the Clan Boss goes. And also I have Reliquary Tender for healing too. So my Clan Boss team is Haikatoon, Grave Chill, Reliquary, Coffin Smasher, Frozen Banshee. And the only one not in Guardian is Haikatoon. And she usually dies to the stun on like turn 23. Something like that. I actually didn't do that well on Clan Boss today. I tried to get a key in on Brutal while it was void, in hopes that I could one key it to enable the instant battles. But I came up a couple damage short. Yeah, I did 21.4. You need 21.69. So I was a couple 100,000 damage shy, which is a pain in the ass because... So I used my first key on Brutal instead of Nightmare, which means I didn't get a key in on Void. Like, Nightmare changes affinities inside the first 20 minutes of Clan Boss reset. So because if you snooze, you lose, as they say. So I didn't actually get to 3 key, because it went Force, and so... As long as I can get 1 key in on Void, even if it goes Force, I could usually 3 key. But putting all 3 keys in on Force kind of hosed me, so... I took a gamble today and it didn't pay off. I really want to unlock the 1 key on Brutal so I can unlock the instant keys. That would be a really nice quality of life. What turn do I survive to? I've made it as far as turn 30 against Clan Boss. In that neighborhood, like 28 to 30 is usually when I start dying. Like the whole team like dies. What normally happens is that Haikatoon will die to the stun, and then Reliquary can revive her, and then she will survive the next 2 AoEs because of the Guardian sets. And then she'll die to the next stun on like turn 27. So it's like turn 20, it's like 23 or 24, I forget, I think it's turn 23. Stun happens. She'll survive the next 2 AoEs, and then on turn 26 she dies to the stun, and the revive isn't off cooldown yet. And then usually it's Coffin Smasher who takes the stun. So at that point, it depends on if Decrease Attack is still on the Clan Boss. Because if Coffin Smasher's not alive to replace the Decrease Attack, then I pretty much die on the next AoE. But if Decrease Attack is still on when he dies, I could usually survive another 2 turns. And then someone will die to the stun, and then, you know. Basically just depends on how long Decrease Attack is on the Clan Boss for when Coffin Smasher gets maxed. So on a good run, I can go to like turn 30. On an average run, it's like 27, 28, kind of in that range. Okay, so we did the champion chase, right? Yeah, so we got 15 here, which is awesome, and a legendary book. So that's massive. So how... 35. It's not bad. I mean, I wasn't really doing anything I wouldn't have been doing otherwise, so... How many points are we away from here? I would really like to not have to spend any more energy on this. I'm only 200 points away. Okay. It looks like I'm probably going to get a late start on the Spider Tournament. And I'm going to try to figure out what stage yields the most tournament points. It might be stage 10. And if it is in fact stage 10, I'll probably just farm 10. Even though I can technically farm 15 now. So if I get 3 days total, because I don't have any energy from today to use on the spider tournament. So I'll technically have like 2 days to do the spider tournament. I think I should be able to do it. Especially if I farm Spider 10. I think Spider 10 might be the most tournament points. Somebody posted it in my Discord about it was actually my clan leader now that I think about it. Let's look at that real quick. Okay, so I'll get some runs going while we look at that. Okay. Let's see. TSV. Was it fusions? Here it is. Okay. I'll even link this. Oh, he doesn't have a link. He just posted a screenshot. Damn, I don't have a link to it. Okay, he took a screenshot and then posted the screenshot. So unfortunately, I don't have the link to it. But it's from ayumilive.com. Can I zoom in on this? Yes, I can. Okay. So this is for Spider's Den specifically. So Dungeon Divers points is this stage right here. And this is Dungeon Diver points per energy. So, but we're looking at tournament. So the total points you get per run, I think, is this top one. And then points per energy spent is the bottom one. So this is the metric I want to look at. So 1 point. So this is the high. Well, this is the highest up until you get to 22. But I can't do 22. So what is this run? What is this level? Stage 10. Okay, so we're going to be farming stage 10 on Spider tomorrow. I don't want to. This is my clan Discord, so I don't want to just put. I guess I can screenshot this, post it in my community Discord. There you go. Now you're thinking, Wolf. Good job. Oh, I guess 20 is higher. It's 1.1. Yeah, stage 20. So, but 10 is like only 1/10 less efficient than stage 20, which is wild. Okay. Yes, I will copy this. I'll do one more run on these guys. So let's do copy image. And I can post this in my community Discord as per Wolf's suggestion. And I'll post it in Raid Help Center channel. And then I will pin this so it can be found at any time from now until the end of time. And there is a link to my community Discord in the description of this live stream. So if you want to find this chart for this, now this is specifically for Spider. This isn't necessarily translate to all the other dungeon stages. So just cautionary tale there. Maybe I just spend a gem pack, gems on an energy pack, just to finish. Like, is a legendary book worth 40 gems? Probably. I don't know what D-Link is, so I apologize. That reference went over my head. But yeah, it should be in the description. I think it was Sakib who asked for it last week, and that reminded me to update the description of my live stream so that it contains the link to my Discord. I think I did. Did I? Now I'm like second guessing myself. If it's not there, somebody let me know. But I feel like I added it. I don't know. I can't see from. I'm not. This isn't like the actual like you. This is like the YouTube Studio window that I'm in, so I can't see what you guys can see. Oh, okay, okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and use these. Oh, one thing I did do to help get the Champ Chase done is I bought... Sorry, I shouldn't say I bought because I'm free to play. I exchanged gems for ancient shards. So I used 900 gems to exchange for the 11 pack, and then I exchanged 270 gems for the 3 pack. So I exchanged gems for 14 ancient shards, and that's how I finished the Champ Chase. Got those extra 10 fragments. Yeah. To say that I bought is kind of misleading. I don't like using that that phrasing on a free-to-play account. Okay, thank you, Wolf. Thank you. Hey, what's up, King Doc? Welcome. All right, cool. Thank you for checking on that, guys. No, I don't have Bellower or Fellhound yet, but Shieldguard's doing a great job. I might be able to use my Soulbond Bowyer once she's got her masteries. I tried a dry run with her as is without masteries, and she couldn't quite do it. But she was very close, so I think all it's going to take is masteries. And I still haven't decided which Tier 6 mastery I'm going to take on her yet. Oh, did I get it? Hell yeah! How did we go over, or how efficient was this? Man, I wasted 67 points. Son of a gun. Oh well. That just means we'll have a little bit of energy to work with once the Spider Tournament starts. But that's not for how many more hours? 5 more hours. I don't think you guys would want to sit here and just talk about nothing for the next 5 hours. So, I know you just got here, Doc, but unfortunately, 'tis the end of the stream. So, thank you for everyone who tuned in. If you're watching this after on YouTube, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone. Oh no, JD just joined too. No! You guys have the worst timing. I'm so sorry. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, I will see you in another video soon. Yes, Icky Ray. That is a good tip about Kale. I think Kale is going to be my next 6-star. It's either Kale or Cold Heart. I'll do a survey on my community page. I'll actually, as soon as I'm done streaming, I'll set that survey up. You can go vote who you think I should 6-star next, Cold Heart or Kale. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for contributing to chat. We had a good stream tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you in another video soon. But until next time, everyone, happy raiding.